Ocean Bass, easily the most dense song I've ever made on my channel, and I have quite a few thoughts about it, so that's what this video is about.
So without further ado, let's get started.
First things first, this was easily the most taxing thing I've ever done in YouTube, and no, that's not an exaggeration, I mean it when I say that. This was an amazing project to work on. So, let me break down the process for how I was actually even making this, and then we can share my thoughts on how I actually think about the song as a whole, which is, I think that's gonna be pretty good. So, first of all, whenever you're making a remix, the way I like to do it is I dissect all the instruments from it, try and match the instruments as best as I can in FL Studio, copy all the notes, and then just, you know, go along with it, see what I can do. Make it your sort of deal. There's just one problem with that. Okay, actually, not one problem. Many, actually. Here, let me make a list for you, alright? Ocean Bass isn't just one track, it's 4, with 10 instruments each and hundreds of notes per instrument, all layered on top of each other, which means that I spent about 5 hours collectively trying to get each individual instrument, note, and track all placed down for the remix. So yeah, you're welcome.
Make sure to subscribe too.
What was even harder were certain instruments were very hard to see, or not to see, oh my gosh. Here. Whenever I was trying to make those, they didn't always come out too great, so I guess I kind of had to improvise. For example, in the main drop section for Acts 1 and 2, the background synth block was extremely hard to hear, even with an EQ shift and slowing it down. So that took most of the time. That and the chord progression was not fun to make, and you're probably thinking,
oh yeah, chord progression, this is so easy. You know, you just push a bunch of random notes and...
Here, let me take it up another octave.
Just take a bunch of random notes, and you just, combine them all together and just kind of try and go with.
No, that's not how it worked in this case, because there's no freaking chord progression to go off of. It's just, bass note, bum bum, and then and then just a bunch of random notes, and then some weird fade synth, and like there's no basis to go off of for chords. So I had to find the bass notes, assume that was the tonic in the scale for the chord, and then just see if it was major or minor. That's literally all I did. What was even more stupid was the fact that 90% of all of the chords in the progression were minor, and there were only 2 major triads that lasted about 2.5 seconds when put together. So yeah, I'm surprised that it's that pure of a minor progression, but I mean, it sounds cool, so I can't really argue. Anyways, another thing I noticed was with Act 2 specifically, and also Act 3, but with Act 2, it sounded very, very 2004. It was overwhelmingly so. Even with modern spin and technology, it still sounded incredibly 2004 for its time, dude. Just because of the not necessarily the instruments, but the category of instruments and their notes as their note patterns as well. It was very, very 2004. And what was even more surprising is that the Acts 2 and 3 had a beats per minute of 164, which meant that it's a speedcore. 2004 speedcore. I literally never even heard of that. I thought speedcore was a more recent genre, or at least I guess that's a bit of a EDM stereotype, because modern speedcore is not what it was back then. But anyway, it was my first ever time hearing speedcore from that era, and it was very interesting, very nostalgic, and very, very cheesy. Another thing that's taking on the topic of tempo was that there were 3 different tempos for 4 tracks. The map track was 120 beats per minute, Act 1 was 150, and Acts 2 and 3 were 164. Also, for Act 3, it was so insane I couldn't put it into the song directly, so I had to improvise. That was pretty fun, but it might sound a little bit weird. My iPhone storage just died, so we're going to be going based off this front camera for now. So, what do I think about the song as a whole? Easily the most dense, probably the most hardcore, and I absolutely love it. It's been amazing. So, yeah. Next up, I'm probably going to remix Toy Kingdom, all 4 tracks as well. And then after that, I want to try and actually beat Sonic Advance 3 because I kind of got stuck on the Twinkle Snow boss and haven't played it since. So I'm going to try and get to the 6th and 7th zones and beat the game on stream. So that'll be exciting. You can check that out on the gaming channel somewhere floating above my head in the sky, you know. I tend to make a lot more music like this in the future, so if you enjoy this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check out all my other songs and my other channels if you're interested in any of the other things I do on YouTube. And, yeah, that's about it, and goodbye.
Yeah.
No, that did not work. Okay. Cut that out.